John Kvale, and this is your January 2020. Yes, we're in 2020, and this is your January 2020 monthly review. I'm doing this on a early Saturday morning. I tend to be a little bit more creative, so I hope that you don't mind the aesthetics. This is more about content than the aesthetics, so I will get myself out of the way here, hopefully, and there we go. And of course, I moved myself up too far. We'll pull ourselves back down in the upper corner. For those of you that are listening or driving, keep your hands on the road, please. We do this in a podcast type format so you can just listen and get the same comment. Those of you that are watching, you'll know that I am I'm scrolling down to this actual blog post. We had a lot of financial planning. This one's a little bit longer, the review, because I had a lot of what I felt like was important financial planning tips that I wanted to remind everyone very early, literally right out of the gate, out of the month. We posted this post. Those of you that are listening, it's the handy new tax rates and tables. I pulled one of the tables, the most comprehensive table and the one that I've gone back and looked at the most. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but it is what it is. I have looked at many conversations. I've pulled this post up already, and it reminds us probably the most common is 401k deferral this year is $19,500, and then you get a catch-up of $6,500 if you are 50 years of young or older, and so that makes it a smooth $26,000. Moving right along to the second, what I felt like was important and worth reviewing post, and it's also in January, and that was the Homestead Reminder. I've reached out to several people, and I've had several people reach out to me on this, but just a quick reminder, depending on the state that you're in, and I pulled this examples off of Wikipedia, it may make sense for you to homestead. At least take a look at it. What would qualify you to need to re-homestead? If you lived in your house January 1st of the year, your primary residence, and that was a change, then you probably should check into homesteading. State of Texas, it's a big help, and so there's no reason not to do it. Couple of questions during the quarter. Those of you that are listening, I just rolled up to the next topic, and that is helping close relatives or others. I had set multiple questions, about a half a dozen questions for relatives and friends in January, and so I wanted to remind everybody that we are absolutely happy to help. 31 years of expertise in doing this. If we don't know the answer, hopefully you're not hearing that, but I'm doing this at home. But if we don't know the answer, then it's a learning experience for us, and we can reach out to a seasoned professional that specializes in that field. Usually it's CPA or attorney, and we've got tons of those that are close friends. Tax forms reminder. The tax form reminder was right. I scrolled down. Those of you that are listening to the next bullet or post of a part of this post, got some great tax form reminders when those are going to occur. The 1099-R, which is your distribution contribution from your tax IRA, 401k, that sort of thing. That's already out. Those are easy to do. And in the post, actually, those of you that are listening or watching here in this post, I go into why we get corrected 1099s. Briefly, what happens is the miscellaneous 1099 that has dividends, interest, and all that, that's a summary of all of the investments that are in that portfolio. So if any one of those guys, and I did a kind of funny example, I said, let's say you have 50 investments. You have 50 chances for one of those guys to be wrong, and when they re-report to our vendor, then that creates a whole new form. Even it may be a minor change, but it creates a whole new form. Lastly, we've got a new software that we're testing out, that we're kind of beta testing. It has some slick charts. And this is capital markets. Those of you that are listening, I'm just going to the very bottom of this, and it's the capital markets section. Surprisingly, the coronavirus, until really just the past couple of days, did not shake the markets. That's the excuse. The markets need a break. And the graph that I've got is basically a couple of different indexes, and it's year to date, and it looks good. I want to see how it shows on the video, but not to worry. I mean, we've been through this with SARS. I'm not diminishing the virus itself. We certainly want to take it serious, take precautions. But we have lived through SARS before, and modern medicine. And I'm actually interested how much faster this information has traveled than it did in 2003 when we had SARS. So some of that is just technology. Some of that is everybody's smarter about it. Those of you that are listening, I'm rolling back to the very top of the video. Should have some new intro and exit music that I started with the newsletter. And thank you very much. We'll talk to you at the end of January. Have a great day.